On the 10th of November, the Women's Union of Đồng Nai Province held a meeting to summarize the implementation of Conclusion number 43 of the Provincial Party Executive Committee on the project on strengthening leadership, management, and promoting women's roles in the province, period 2016 to 2020. Over the past 5 years, the Provincial Women's Union has actively coordinated with relevant branches and units to successfully implement the project's proposed objectives and tasks. Specifically, the association at all levels achieved 4 out of 5 critical targets, in which the target is related to 6 groups of women, reaching 21 out of 22 of the targets. Besides, the association also performed well the key and breakthrough tasks of the project on gathering female workers and religious women in the association's organization, propaganda, and education on the quality of Vietnamese women in the new era, consequently contributing to a positive change in awareness and action of the party committees, authorities, and functional sectors on women's advocacy to promote women's position and role in society comprehensively. Authorized by the Standing Committee of the Provincial Party Committee, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Khang, Deputy Head of the Provincial Mobilization Committee, highly appreciated the association's achievements in recent years. At the same time, he proposed to continue implementing the scheme's targets, especially the unsatisfactory performance targets, which require specific solutions. Maintain and replicate good and effective models relating to the group of female boarding houses, religious women, ethnic minorities. Besides, coordinating with the People's Committee of the Provincial Party Committee to advise the Provincial Standing Committee on supervising, reviewing, and evaluating the implementation of the scheme. On the 10th of November, President-elect Joe Biden, who was declared victory in the White House race by the U.S. media, said nothing could hinder the transfer of power. Speaking in Delaware with Kamala Harris, Biden said his team was pushing ahead with forming a new administration to take over on Inauguration Day on the 20th of January 2021. He said, "We are already beginning the transition. Nothing is going to stop that. The fact they are not willing to acknowledge we've won at this point is not of much consequence to our planning." ABC Radio reported on the same day that Biden's power transfer team said that if the U.S. General Services Agency has not yet declared Mr. Biden a winner and activated the transfer of power, they will take countermeasures, including legal action. Negotiators from the European Parliament and EU governments agreed on the details of the 2021 to 2027 EU budget on Tuesday, in a crucial step for the activation of the bloc's €1.8 trillion recovery package. A spokesman for Germany, which holds the EU's rotating presidency, announced, "A deal for Europe Council and European Parliament negotiators reached political agreement on the EU budget and recovery package, but said this document needs to be formally endorsed. The agreement, reached after nearly 4 months of discussion, states that governments can only receive EU budgets if they respect the rule of law. The deal raises EU spending on health, education, and security by €16 billion compared to the agreement of EU leaders in July. It also establishes new and dedicated revenues for EU coffers so the bloc can repay the €750 billion it plans to borrow to help the recovery after the COVID-19 pandemic." That is the end of the news today. Thank you for tuning in.